So tell us, where did your name come from?
That is a very good story. Originally, I was GodOfKnockers, but that was a typo. It started when I first heard about Twitch back in 2012. Uh, I saw what people were doing. I saw them playing games and such, and just chatting up and talking about games and what have you. And I'm like, hey, I want to do this. So I wanted to come up with my own username, and my original username was going to be Playboyman because that was my old Twitter account. But Twitch wouldn't allow that because there were bad words in it. So I'm watching an episode of Two and a Half Men, and one of the characters in there suddenly says vodka knockers. And I began to process that for a second, and I think, wait, God of Knockers. So I go and I type that in. I was in such a hurry to type it in, though, that the O and the N of Knockers I typed in reverse. So for the first few years of my existence on Twitch, I was known as God of Conquers. And
Oops.
finally, yeah, big oops. But people liked it. And then in about 2015, I think, I finally made a new account and became God of Knockers. And I've been this way ever since.
I love it. That's awesome. So what would you say, why did you start streaming?
The idea of people coming together to either play games or talk about various topics and such has always been something I've been wanting to do. In real life, it's mainly just businesses, mom and pop stores. There's no real place to actually like hang out. So when I saw Twitch and I saw what they were doing, which is again back in 2012, so it was mainly just League of Legends and retro games, and the occasional podcast here and there. I was like, I really like that. That looks really cool because I used to be a fan of the arcades. Again, something we don't have around here. So when I saw what people were doing on Twitch, I thought to myself, I have a bunch of games I want to play. There's games that I'd like to just enjoy and have people come in and enjoy with. It reminded me of that arcade feel. So that's what got me started in doing streaming on Twitch.
Nice. So would you say you have any inspiration, like from specific streamers, or?
Uh, I have quite a lot of inspiration from a lot of streamers that I picked up over the years. But the one that inspired me most is Nina X Mom, aka Annie. She was my girlfriend, and for a while my fiance, who sadly passed away almost 2 years ago.
Oh, sorry.
But thank you. But she inspired me in so many ways because there was a time where I actually just wanted to quit streaming. There were many times where I just wanted to hang it up, that I didn't think I was good enough, that people didn't care, that there was no point to it. But she always inspired me and encouraged me to stick with it, to keep moving forward, and helped me realize that there are people who like what I do and that I shouldn't leave them. And it's because of that it makes me want to stay here on Twitch more. And since then, I've just been growing and evolving, learning new things, learning how to edit videos, learning how to network, socialize, just hang out with people and be like, hey, I like this thing. It's made me more open to talking to people in general and just socializing. And
Nice.
that's something that she inspired me to do the most. So she
Awesome.
is yeah, she's kind of the muse for that, and I'll always be grateful. She was a wonderful woman.
Yeah, it's great to have people like that in your life, even though unfortunate that they did pass away, which it's something that you just need to live with and understand that they're just no longer there, but they still have had an effect on you,
They
which
do.
is great. Yeah, I really don't know how the time just slips away from us. And you just lose people that mean so much to you. But that's life, and You just need to know how to deal with it, how to like deal with the punches, so to speak. And you continuing to stream, it says a lot. So I want to know, what can you tell us? Like, walk us through a typical day for you. Like, on days that you stream, what do you usually do as, like, part of your routine? I guess you can say.
Yeah. Part of my daily routine is a mix of doing IT work and watching streamers mainly at the same time. It also is part of learning about new techniques that I can use and new softwares, catching up on games, the occasional browsing of Twitter, which I recommend you do in short control bursts. Saves you a lot of mental health there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then around the mid to early evening, like late afternoon, early evening, I take myself a power nap. So as soon as this stream ends, or as soon as we're done here, I'm gonna go get some sleep.
I see.
And then I wake up at around, I think around 10 p.m. my time, and I start prepping. I get the lights ready, I get the camera set up, I do a lot of testing and making sure that everything is working like it should. Updates, yes, I have them, and there are many, especially for games. And then I start setting up for the stream, and then showtime begins. Yeah.
So you say you start pretty late. Are you considering that as like UK viewers, or is it just for you? Just you're mentally, you just want to start at a specific time. Is that for you, or are you trying to get like specific viewers, or?
Initially, it is a specific time for the theme. The show that we have is called the Midnight Ride, so it starts at midnight, and it runs from. It used to run from midnight to 2. Now it runs from midnight to 3 or 3:30, sometimes 4. So it's meant to be like a late night thing, like an after hours thing.
Nice.
But I have been wanting to expand into the afternoon, like during my work day. Like I've been focusing really hard on modding games and coming up with new content, and that I would like to do in the afternoon. Nothing too complex, but at the same time something that's amusing and to pass the time.
So what games do you play, or the games that you modify?
Initially, it is right now Skyrim that I've modified. Excuse me, I'm still in the process of that. And then I'm also working on Monster Hunter World, which I just started. Baldur's Gate 3, and there's about 2 more I can't remember. Oh, Pal World, and I've modded that as well. And these games are modded initially for a new theme that I have on the weekend. It's called the Church of Booba. And that is mainly about, the ladies kicking butt, being awesome, being amazing, and being very ample in places. Yes, that's the nicest way I can put that.
Right.
And
yeah.
it's really fun. Yeah.
That's hilarious. I mean, since you're the GodOfKnockers, I mean, it makes sense, right?
It does. It truly does. It's living up to the brand name,
Yes, your branding. Exactly. So do you think that's a good thing, or not necessarily a bad thing, but say you're looking for sponsorships and they turn you down because of your name, what would you do about that? Or would you even care?
I would just brush it off and move on. I know that there are sponsors who are very, hey, we gotta keep things PG. But at the same time, there's also sponsors out there who are like, hey, we like what you do. we enjoy it. Keep doing your thing. Would you like a sponsorship? And I know they're out there because
Mhm.
I've seen streamers who do something similar to me, and they get sponsors. They get people who reach out to them and promote their products and stuff. So mainly games and for streaming and what have you. So I don't really let it impact me that hard. So I just move on to the next thing. You know the expression:
Mhm.
when one door closes, another one's gonna open.
Of
So
course, yeah.
that's yeah, that's how I see that.
So there's a question in the chat from Chiefy. Is there a forum or a website for a beginner who is interested in learning about modding?
That's a very good question. I don't know. The way that I learned about modding was through YouTube.
Hmm.
I typed up
Okay.
on YouTube one day, "Can you mod insert game name here?" And I came across a score of videos that say, yes, you can. It's different for each time, but one thing I can tell you is that the vast majority of your mods for most of your games will come from a site called Nexus Mods.
Okay.
And that is always a good site to sign up to. It's a good site to make sure you have the mod organizer for, and is a perfect place to find all kinds of mods for your games.
Hmm. Okay. So what is the first game that you modified? Do you remember?
Oh, wow. Oh, let me think. Hang on a second. Played so many games. What's the first game I ever mod? Oh! Oh, yeah. Okay. Ninja Gaiden for the 8-bit NES.
Oh wow.
Uh, yeah, so there was at a time a program that allowed you to edit the ROMs for your games. When I acquired this ROM, I actually have the original cartridge. It was emulated. I simply downloaded it, so it's on the up and up. So don't worry about that. Uh, and I had this little editing program that allowed me to change the dialogue in the game. That was the first game I ever modded, and it was hilarious.
That's
I don't
awesome.
have the modded version of it anymore, but I would like to get back to doing that because that was funny as hell.
So yeah. So you like retro games? Or what do you like more? Do you like the modern games or the retro?
It's a mix of both, actually. Um,
Mm.
Save for certain companies that shall remain nameless, but one of them has a character that goes, "It's a me," you know. Um,
Oh yeah.
Apart from that, I do love retro games. I love them a lot. That's how I started with gaming. I was introduced to the Atari 2600 at the age of
Mm.
4. I'm going to be 45 this year and still playing games, so that's 41 years of gaming tucked under my belt. Kind of
Wow.
proud of that. Yeah. So, on the issue of who does it best, it's a mix of both because you have uh, modern games that have a retro feel and style, which I think they pull off perfectly. And then, of course, you got the classic retros that take you back. And I have
Of
quite a
course.
number of games that take me back.
So what are a few games that take it back?
The first one is Shinobi 3. That was the first game that I rented from Blockbuster Video as a kid. And I remember playing it on the weekend, and it was just amazing.
Nice.
The sounds, the music, the fighting, the animations. I was enchanted, especially when you're playing it at night. Yeah.
Right. That's awesome. So what do you think is your proudest moment as a streamer so far?
My proudest moment as a streamer so far was when I beat Ninja Gaiden for the NES for the first time on stream. I had to use a couple of save states, but the fighting was legit and it was real. I did it, and I was very proud of that.
Yes, I say it's one of the harder games out there.
It is. Yeah.
That's right here. So what so why Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden was actually one of the very first games that my family picked up. We got it from, what was it, a garage sale for like $2.
Uh,
And I remember my sister playing it, And I remember that I played it for the first time. We plugged it in. We had to clean it because it was an old cartridge.
Of course.
But when we finally got it to run and we saw the cinematics, and it was like, wow, we were enchanted by it. That game just has staying power, you know?
Yeah, it does.
It pulls you in. Yeah. So that's what I love so much about that game, because it's something we've never seen before. We came from the time of dots and squares bouncing around and stuff. So to have a game with cinematics and dialogue, that was a step up for us.
Yeah, that's crazy. I gotta say, the first game that I can remember for me was, I think it was Altered Beast.
Ooh, good game.
Yeah. Such a
So
good game.
was it arcade or Genesis?
It was Genesis.
Nice.
There's something about the characters at that age. It was like kind of scared me a little bit. I don't know what it was. Maybe just like the monsters or whatever it was. It's still a classic.
Yeah.
Even to this day,
Good one.
it's one of the good games.
Oh yeah.
I think when the Genesis came out, wasn't there a package deal that came
There was.
with Altered Beast?
Yeah, there were two actually. You had one with Altered Beast, and then next one was Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Yeah.
Yeah. Another game that I really enjoyed was Sonic 3 and Knuckles specifically.
Good ones. Yeah.
So all my characters on my stream or my emotes are based on that. Like I have a Supersonic emote, and I just came out with a Hypersonic. Let's see if we can type it. It's animated.
Ooh.
That one.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool. So what has been your biggest challenge with your streaming, and how did you overcome them?
The biggest challenge I've ever had with streaming is the sound quality. Yeah, because my setup is kind of different. I don't use XLRs or special microphones and stuff. It's mainly software based for my mixers, and I don't know how. I don't know if it's updates from Windows or if it's updates from the software in general, but it always throws all the settings out of whack.
It does.
And I have to gradually just manually insert stuff. Sometimes I got too much bass, sometimes I'm too low, sometimes I'm too high. It's a mess. And
It is.
no matter how hard I seem to try and just get it just so, something happens and it gets all messed up.
Right. Yeah, for me, I have a trach, so sometimes the air from that trach gets captured by the mic, so I have to play around with it, that it's sensitive enough to hear me, but not where it's like getting that noise from the air that comes from the trach. So it's like that balance that I need to make. That I like to make it sensitive enough, but not too sensitive. It just really comes down to say you have a lot of background noise.
Yeah.
They have to filter it out just enough. That's like a big challenge for any streamer, really.
Oh, it is.
And
Yeah.
a lot of streamers that want to get into streaming thinks it's so easy, but they get into it and they don't have viewers. So what they do, they upgrade all their gear and they still don't have the viewers. So it's like, so it's a challenge, I say, and it's not that easy.
Really isn't.
Yeah. So how do you approach growing your channel and community?
Well, you have to put yourself out there for one. Using socials to broadcast about yourself, who you are, what you're all about. I know that some people, and I don't even know how this is a thing to this day, will jump into a streamer's chat and be like, hey, I'm playing this game over here, why don't you come on over? Or, come on over here, guys, I got 25 followers I need before I hit affiliate. Yeah, that's not the way to go. It's not. If you want people to come to you, you have to be like, hey, I'm out here. It's like making a giant billboard and putting yourself out there. That's what social media is for. One trick that a lot of people don't use. They figure that you need to stream the next best, biggest game, and that never works. What you want to do is find a game that has smaller eyes on it. You know, like maybe less than 1,000 people watching, because then a very small number of people can see, hey, you're playing this game I like, but not many people are playing it. Let's go over there. That's how I started.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you come across Napo and that community? How did you come across that?
I think because it's very unique. There's a lot of people that I follow and stuff. Here it is. And there was a streamer by the name of Ludish. I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
And I had saw her tweeting about being on this show for Gamers Feud. She was, I think it was a dating site, or a dating game it was for the weekend. Feud or Flame, there it is. And
okay.
I went over there, and I was cheering her on, I was watching what she was doing, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty cool. And I started going over there and watching even more streams that they had, and I saw that there were tournaments, and there were, just nice just chatting stuff, and I'm thinking, this is something I've always wanted to do, and he seems like a nice guy, so yes, let's go ahead, throw our hats into the ring. And so I did that, and I've just been loving Gamers Feud ever since.
Nice. Yeah, I'm sure we're good to have you, and yeah, there's gonna be so many shows that we can do. It's great. On the game show, the trivia, all the different tournaments. It's awesome.
Absolutely awesome. Yeah.
So, how do you decide what content to stream, and do you have a process for planning your streams?
There's somewhat of a process. About, I'd say 90% of the games that I want to play is basically on how I feel. Like, if I'm feeling Call of Duty, I'll play that. Feeling Overwatch, I'll play that. If I'm feeling, let's try something fun and interesting, I'll just go with it. These days, I've noticed that I've been getting into modding games more, and I'm like, you know, I think it would be really cool if I did this, and I have my community joining me. So what I do is, I got the modding on one end, and they're watching videos on another on YouTube. So we're just vibing and chilling out. I'm doing the mod stuff, and they're hanging with me. It's been a really fun time. Yeah.
I bet. So how do you engage with your community off stream, and why do you think it's important?
It's very important because you want to keep them in touch with what you're doing, just like in the general populace, general public.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep them interested. You want to keep them involved and be like, hey, yes, you guys are more than just butts in the seats. I
Right.
respect you guys. I appreciate you. You gotta let them know that you mean something to them. And some people will look at that and be like, yeah, you're just doing that for the subs and the views and stuff. But it's not about that.
Yeah.
Community is something that is based on people that you interact with, people that you've talked to and gotten to know. And you dig their vibe and they dig your vibe. And you want to keep that going. You don't want to just stop that on a whim. So you have to let them know, hey guys, I'm here. I'm thinking about you. Let's do a thing. Let's do something awesome. Let's do this. I will admit that I have neglected it kind of a bit because I have a Discord server, which is not finished yet. It's a mess. And I need to step up and get that fixed so I can have more people come in and just be like, hey, here's what we do.
Right.
Um, but but ultimately, keeping in touch with your community, letting them know that you give a damn and care about them, that's important. It also helps to try and
Is
help them be more interactive with the streamer. That's why I'm coming up with ways that they can interact with me, like with channel point redemptions. There's going to be some games that I'm going to start playing so they can play those with me and such. I want to do that. I want them to feel like, hey, you're more than just a seat. You're more than just a potential sub. You are my community. I love you. I want you to come on in. Let's have some fun.
nice. That's awesome. And so have you ever dealt with online negativity or trolling, and how do you handle it?
Oh, that is quite the tapestry there. Um, I have had people troll. I've had people dox or attempt to dox. I've had threats. I've had just weird stuff happening where some people would send me certain pictures of objects shaped in a certain suggestive fashion. Mhm. But the way that I deal with it is to just block them, ban them, move on down the line. And sometimes if it gets a little overwhelming, like if I'm having a hard week or a bad day, I'll just take a break from the streaming. I find that mental health is very important.
It is.
And yes, while there are terrible people out here doing terrible things and trying to bring you down and make you feel like crap and just kill the vibe, they are not part of the thing you're trying to do. And your mental health is important because that will mess with you if you don't take a break from it. So that's what I do. I take a break from it. As oddly enough, last night I actually had 2 trolls come in to my stream.
Oh, really?
They yeah, and it was hilarious. They weren't even trying to be subtle. The 2 of them that came in, they kept calling me Unc, short for Uncle. And I'm like, this is 2024. What are we doing? This isn't next Friday, um, and they were trying to upset me, and they kept talking about milk and facts about milk and dairy, and just trying to be super annoying. And I was like, hey guys, I mean, if you're gonna do this, just take it on down the road, or we're just gonna ban you. And they
Exactly.
kept going, and we just banned them, and that was it. And then we just carried on with the rest of the stream.
Nice. That's hilarious. Yeah, there's
It,
just
it was.
those people out there
Yeah.
that just try to do things like that. They think
Mhm.
they're funny, but some of them are, but most of the time they aren't.
Yeah.
They try, but yep, they end up getting banned or just ignore them. There's only so much you can do.
That's true.
So going back to your favorite games, are there any genre of games that you avoid?
Actually, yeah, there are 2. The first one is sports. I have never been a fan of sport games. The very first time I tried a sport game, it was NFL 2K5, I think, and I did not like it. I mean, I am a football fan. I do like the NFL, go Patriots, but to play it in a game, I can't get on board with it, so I avoid it like the plague. I also find it's incredibly toxic, especially towards women. at times. Some of the players in the sports games, and I'm like, I ain't about that life. The second one, I have two genres that I avoid. The second one, which I like but I'm not really good at, is fighting games,
Mm.
which is kind of sad because I play Senran Kagura, which is a fighting game, and I also love the Soul Calibur series, but unless it's set to super crazy easy, and it's a character that I've actually played with, we're not gonna have a good time. Yeah.
Wow. So, what were your games or your favorite games again?
My favorite games, did I mention that? Yeah, it was Ninja Gaiden for the retro. Doom. That's definitely one of my favorite.
Mm,
Which one? Yes. Yeah.
all
Doom
of
is
them.
definitely my favorite. Mm-hmm.
I do like
All of
the
them.
2016.
Oh, that
Is
was a
that
perfect
is?
one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really good one. Just that music is so good.
It's super good. It's fantastic.
Yeah. So going off music, so what kind of music do you enjoy?
I mainly like pop. Definitely techno.
Mm-hmm.
There's some rap that I do listen to, and it may not look like it, but I also do listen to heavy metal. I do.
Mm,
Yeah. I find that it does, it's very soothing, very relaxing, helps get rid of frustrations. It's just like,
strange, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
even
feels
though
good.
it's just noisy, it's just something
Mhm.
about it that just makes you zone out and
Yeah.
just focus on what you're doing. It's
It's
strange,
magical.
right?
Yeah,
It's
strange but
something
very
that
helpful.
is super noisy and it's almost like white noise
Yeah.
if you think about it.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah.
Yeah. So, can you share detail about your streaming setup and any gear you swear by?
The one gear that I swear by the most is keyboards. I know that we all have different ideas for headsets. I have Logitech for both wired and wireless. But the one thing that you want to have the most is keyboards. Uh, there are some keyboards that just don't cut it when it comes to gaming, but there are some keyboards that just get the job done and are reliable every single time. And I'm not just talking the difference between soft press and mechanical with the little clickities and clackities and stuff. No, I mean the kinds that can withstand having the buttons mashed repeatedly over and over and over again. And also, for those that rage, can handle taking a beating. Because I have seen my share of streamers get super angry and just destroy keyboards. You know? So
Yeah.
you want the good quality keyboard that can handle that, hold up to the ages.
Do you ever build your own? Do you ever
I mean, my own
build?
keyboard?
Yeah.
I haven't built my own keyboard, but I had my share of keyboards that I've purchased in the day.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, I'm rocking a Red Dragon keyboard, and it has a backlight and everything. It's the best keyboard I've had to date. I've had it for a couple of years now.
Yeah, I heard good things about Red Dragon.
Yeah,
It's a pretty good one.
pretty cool.
So I want to talk about something a little more controversial. What are your views on AI? Is it good
Oh,
or bad for society?
it's good for society. What a lot of people don't get about AI, they'll look at it and think that, oh no, this is terrible, it's a detriment, it's going to replace jobs, it's going to do all this stuff. No. The best way that I look at AI is as a tool, which is what it is. Say, in this case, a screwdriver. A screwdriver has its usage, it has its purposes, it has its limitations, and it has its expectations. It's designed to perform the way it's supposed to perform for certain tasks, but you can't use it for everything. You know, that's the whole point. And when it comes to AI, we're going really, really fast trying to implement where it can go because we're trying to figure out what we can use it for and what we can't use it for, but we're not pacing ourselves. And
Yeah.
there's a fear that, and this is one that's still common to this day, that AI is going to become self-aware and just become Skynet and then we're all screwed. And that's not a thing either. Um, when used properly, when used rationally, when used the way it was designed to be, AI can be very helpful, can be a very essential tool. But at the end of the day, that's all it will ever be, a tool. It will never replace anybody completely. It'll never take over jobs. It will never destroy the world. It's just designed to do what it's going to do. And that's it. When you're done, you just put the tool away, carry on. So
Yeah,
I think
that's
it's
a
a
good
good thing.
way. That's a good way to put it. Because it is a tool. I mean, there might be some jobs that it could replace, but not
Hmm?
completely. Because there'll
Right.
still be that human interaction with it. So you can only do so much. So going off that, what are your thoughts on the current trends in the gaming industry or streaming technology?
For streaming technology, I think it is finally turning the corner. There is the enhanced broadcast thing that they have, which I'm a part of, and I think it is going to be amazing. A lot of people in that testing are about, hey, let's go for AV1 and HVAC encoding. I'm not focused on that. As it stands, it's about transcoding, where instead of it taking one simple stream, uploading it to Twitch, and then going from there, you're doing the transcoding yourself on your own PC and then sending that to Twitch. And the best stream wins. And that's fascinating because that eliminates additional hardware, that eliminates additional equipment, and it runs. I'm testing it now. It runs like a goddamn dream on my computer. You know, the software itself is buggy, but the process of sending that stream out is it's phenomenal. That I have different levels of streaming, different qualities of streams, and it doesn't impact my computer. I think that's amazing. So the
For sure.
technology is finally starting to come to a point where it's like, hey, let's do something different. Let's try something different. We're reaching that moment. And that's a very good thing for technology.
For sure. So, what are some of your goals that you have for your channel in the next year?
One of my major goals is to become partnered on Twitch. I want that partnership. Uh, and it's not just because of the extra benefits. I think that one of the things that I would definitely go for, the emotes, a lot more emote slots. Um,
Yeah.
and I think that it helps to have more weight when it comes to having a voice for the community. Because there sadly is a lot of stuff that I'm seeing on Twitch that shouldn't be. And no, I'm not
Yeah.
talking about the bikini streams or the booby or booty cam streams. I actually enjoyed those a lot. um, but there are actual issues that need to be addressed, and I would like to help play a part of that to form and shape it, and to just try to see if we can come to some kind of middle ground on trying to resolve it.
Nice. That's a good goal for yourself. So, what are you doing towards that?
Right now, I'm trying to add additional streams, which is where streaming in the afternoon comes in. Um, I'm working on adding new games where my chat can interact because I don't think there's enough interactivity.
Right.
I'm definitely going to be putting myself out there more, and multi-streaming is definitely going to be a thing. I've already got something set up, which hopefully I should have set by Friday because that's when the Church of Booba begins. And I'm hoping to have that finished. That's going to be great. I think people will like that. But it's just more of stepping my game up in the way of better games, more interactivity, and being more social. You know, spreading out to other communities, finding my target audience and saying, hey, I'm here. come on over. You'll like this. Like what I said earlier. Just putting yourself out there and being more social.
So what is your target audience?
Uh, Load.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there are some people who are like, okay, your target audience is retro. Some are like, hey, music. Some are like Call of Duty. Some are like Overwatch. But the thing is that you are just playing one game over and over and over again. And while I don't
Mm-hmm.
mind playing games a few days in a week, like there have been times I played COD on the weekends. That's 3 days for me that I played that game. But I can't play it every single stream. I gotta have that variety. I gotta have something different going on. Um, so that's one of the reasons why I'm a variety streamer. So I have a different number of things to play. But when it comes to lewd, I have options because there are a lot of lewd
Right.
games that I can play, all of which are on Twitch and are completely TOS and guideline friendly. Okay, so you don't have to worry about
Of
the
course.
ban hammer coming down. But I find that there is a niche for that. There's a market for that, especially when it comes to modding the games. People would love to see a modded game of Monster Hunter World where people are like pervy. Uh, I think that they would like to see games being played that are more like, hey, I can't afford to play this. I don't have the money for it. I don't have the time for it. But I'll happily watch someone play it. And then they see me and it's like, whoa, this guy's playing that game. I want to see that. I think that's what will definitely draw in. That's my target
Mm-hmm.
audience because they're there. They're there
Yeah.
on Twitch. They're there on YouTube.
Right.
I definitely know they're on Kick, but I'm kind of iffy about that. But I know where they are, so I'm going to
Mm.
target them.
I see. So, what advice would you give to someone looking at starting their streaming journey?
Best advice: be yourself. A lot of there are some streamers that I've seen that are coming into the streaming world, and they're not being themselves. There are some that are trying to shock jock, which is like doing something controversial and be like, oh. And there are some that are just really being terrible people and thinking that that's going to get you views and attention. And that doesn't work. People, I think, are getting real tired of fake.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
We've dealt with we've dealt with a lot of fake during the pandemic. We dealt with a
Oh yeah.
lot of fake before the pandemic. We're tired of it. If you
Yeah.
truly genuinely want to go into streaming and you want to show who you are, show who you are. You know, it's it's kind of a cross between keeping it real and a journey of self-discovery. If
Mm.
you don't know who you are and you figure that streaming will help you find that out, go for it.
Yeah.
That's the whole point. Being yourself is paramount. It's absolutely important.
Yeah. Definitely. I cannot disagree because if you're fake, people are gonna know. They're gonna
Oh yeah.
call out the bullshit and just go somewhere else.
It sticks out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. So for some streamers, their whole branding is being controversial. I think we all know who we're talking about when we say that. But it's like their whole persona is being this fake person. I mean, that might get some viewers here and there. It might get a lot of viewers. But so many of those viewers are gonna watch for a few minutes, just say to themselves, this person is fake. Why should I watch
Yeah,
it?
that's right.
It's unfortunate that these people get so much attention when they don't necessarily deserve it.
Right.
It's too bad. But yeah, so if you could collaborate with any streamer or content creator, who would it be and why?
Oh, that's a good question. There's a lot of high cards in that hand. I think, actually, you know what? There is one I would love to collaborate with, and it's right off the top of my head. I would love to collaborate with a streamer by the name of Hisasuke. I call him Suki. And he is exactly like me when it comes to the loot stuff, but he also plays some really cool games like Ready or Not. He plays, I think, Genshin Impact. It would be nice to do a collaboration with him and play some games with him. Because we share the same interest when it comes to gaming. I would love to just be like, hey man, let's play something together. I actually might do that when the stream is over. I don't know. But it would be cool to collab with him.
Yeah, just see what they say.
Yeah.
You
Never hurts to
know.
try.
Exactly. I mean, the worst you can say is no, but at least you got the answer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna ask some questions not really related to streaming. So imagine that you're stuck on a desert island and you could only bring 3 objects with you. What would they be and why?
The first one would be a fire starter to help me start fires. The second would be a water bottle. And the third, I think, would be a knife. The fire starter for fires, of course. The water bottle, or maybe a pan, separate the two. That would be for boiling water, getting rid of bacteria and such, so I could have something to drink. The knife, of course, would be to either cut down and make materials and such, and for hunting, because you're gonna need protein if you're on a desert island.
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask you some quick questions here. Just the top of your head. The first thing that comes to mind. Your favorite game.
Doom. Yeah.
Movie.
Oh God. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Yes.
And TV show?
I don't know if it's still on. Oh, I'm gonna have to pass on a TV show. To be honest with you, I haven't watched a proper TV show since 2012.
Same.
So.
Yeah. I mean, even on Netflix or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, let's see. Can you share something, a fun fact about yourself that your viewers might not know?
Actually, yes. I know how to twerk. Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay.
I mean, we see that a lot. I know how to twerk. I am a dude who knows how twerking works. And I think that guys should learn how to twerk. I'm just going to put it out there. I do.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Maybe just have some just tweet out there, just show off men twerking. That'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
So about the favorite movie, what do you like about that?
I like the choreography for one. Not the choreography, the cinematography for one. It was directed by David Fincher. He's always had some very good angles when it comes to cameras and when it comes to just shooting scenes. You can tell when the scene's about to get serious and when the scene is about to be like claustrophobic in a way. It helps add element to the story that he's trying to portray on the film, on the big screen, and he does it perfectly. The cast of characters, they're fantastic with how they portray the players that are that in the story. They do great. It's one of those films that I can actually sit down and just watch, and it doesn't matter what it is I'm doing. It's a thought provoker for one. So it's like I'm gonna watch it. It's well made. It looks good. I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna just watch it.
Yeah, it is. It's one of the best movies out there. I gotta say, I really gotta watch it sometime.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in a few years now.
Oh, it's a good
But
film.
anyway, do you have any questions for me?
Yes, I do actually. One of the questions I have is, what is your favorite game to play?
Favorite game? Minecraft recently, especially
Nice.
modern Minecraft, which I think we
I do
had
that.
a discussion a while ago about modern Minecraft.
hmm
So, have you played any recently?
I actually did a couple of days ago. We're coming up with an idea for expanding our what is it? We have this little store that we have called Midnight Pizza, and we want to
Mm-hmm.
expand on that and try and see if we can get vegetables and stuff to the villagers and see if they'll eat that. What we do is, I go to CurseForge, and I find mods that either add elements to it. We used to go for pre-packs, but for some strange reason those don't work. So
Weird.
instead, yeah, it's very weird. Like all of the mods 5, for example, I actually tried
Mm-hmm.
running that. It did not want to run. It was like, hey, no.
Damn.
But I find that when I take like little bits and pieces of things and I add to
Mm-hmm.
it, like dimensions that we can go to, special crops that we can go to,
Yep.
little, you know, bits and pieces, little bombs and ends, it
Yep.
works like a dream, and I like that. Right now,
Nice.
I got a mod called Pizza Craft, where you can actually make your own
Okay.
pizzas. It's fantastic.
That's awesome. I don't know how they come up with these mods that literally do anything.
It's
It's
magic.
crazy.
Yeah. hmm
So I think on that note, if chat doesn't have any questions, I think we're good here unless you have any other questions for me. I don't know.
I think I'm good. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we're good then. It was a good time. I appreciate you and doing the interview. So we learned quite a bit about you. So
Thank you.
that's good.
Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, on that note, everyone, I think we're done with this episode. Catch you guys next time.
Bye, everybody.